Alright guys, welcome to a quick little only charts video. So yesterday's live stream was all about the fact that maybe we are printing in a new bottom for the time being, right? Now it's certainly not the bottom that you would expect for the price action or for the entire market to simply reverse out of nowhere, but in the small to mid time frames, in the immediate small time frames, maybe this is actually proving out to be a good looking support right here, guys. So Bitcoin bouncing from $34,000 is nice. Now just to follow up with that, what are the upside targets if we actually pull through? Alright guys, now I'm not suggesting that you simply jump into a long trade right now as of now, but the thing is that we got to be looking at the bigger picture as well, right? So if my internet allows me, which it did right now, it's telling us that the bottom side of the guppy indicator is coming in at $41,600 regions, guys. Now this is a behavior that has been happening for a very long time on Bitcoin's weekly guppy indicator, guys. Most of the trends beneath the guppy has been a good amount of, let's just say, buying opportunity in the small to mid time frames. That has led to a crazy sideways chop for, I don't know guys, maybe months at a time, right? But the ultimate resolution comes to the upside. Now every single time that has been happening. So once again, do we need to get over bearish on crypto market right now? Probably not, guys, probably not. Now the thing is that this range is quite huge, right? So we got crazy amount of trading opportunities coming in the market with your 20% range being sorted out for Bitcoin itself. Now the thing is that Ethereum is also beneath the weekly guppy indicator itself. Now the weekly candle is about to close in the next 10 hours itself, guys, which is why we can expect crazy things happening at least in the next weekly candle open, right? Essentially, if you look forward to a huge bearish engulfing candle coming from the price action on the weekly time frame, most of the times you do see some follow through coming in the price action. Now the Ethereum's follow through to the downside could be the VIX low sitting in at $2,300 flat, right? Because that is literally where we simply bounced off of, guys. Now this entire region has no technical significance, to be honest with you, because if you just clear out everything from the charts, let's just simply get rid of the guppy indicator as well, and let's just simply talk about facts, right? We're going to be talking about simple horizontal levels, nothing else, guys. The key critical level on Ethereum itself, or maybe most of the altcoins itself, was this price point right here, essentially your $3,000 regions, guys. If you remember, the last week was all about the fact that, oh my goodness, if 3,000 is lost, maybe we are looking at some REKT behavior coming on Ethereum itself, and that literally happened, guys. That literally happened this week itself. Now since we'll be opening a new candle, all the retracements to the upside are most likely going to be a retest of the rejections of the resistance point, right? Essentially the areas where the entire market started to get rejected. Now even if you go for any bounce trade to the upside, I would be targeting 41,000 to let's just say 41,500 regions, and I'm not going to be extending my welcome in the market expecting crazy reversals immediately, right? So it's kind of like time to be more aware about the price action and the market as a whole rather than pinpointing out the bottom itself. Although in the small time frames the price action kind of looks nice, to be honest with you. It's kind of okay for a mid time frame correction or something like that, but guys, look, essentially let's just wait for the weekly candle to open. Essentially let's just wait for another 10 hours, right? Because this is quite important, guys. Now the next weekly candle is going to be opening on CMEs, and most likely we'll have a huge gap on CMEs, right? BTC futures, let's see what's happening over there. Most likely we'll be opening with a huge freaking gap on the weekly. Yes, we are going to be doing that. Yes. So Bitcoin futures on the weekly time frame will be opening somewhere here, guys. It's going to be at 34,000 if I'm not wrong. So if this candle closes anywhere alongside this price point, it's going to be $36,000, which means that the CMEs are going to be opening somewhere. Do we have a premium on CME? Yes, I think we do have a premium going on CME, right? Which is why the price action is going to be a little different, to be honest with you. But this is the region, guys. We can expect CMEs to open between $36,000 to $35,000 regions as a whole, and that would mean that we're going to be having a gap right here. We'll be dealing with a gap right here. So are we going to be playing a game of gap fill? Maybe this week could be about that. This week could be about filling some gaps in the CME's futures itself, because the gap is kind of like big, guys. This gap is not small. Remember, the weekly candle or the daily candle or every candle did close on $38,000 on CME, whereas the current spot price action is trading in at $36,000. We do have a $2,000 range to cover on, so that kind of gives us a lot of things and a lot of facts that maybe this $2,000 range as a whole is something that we can probably capitalize on, right? and maybe look forward to good trades in the market, guys. Remember, if you're not still serious about trading these crypto assets, maybe it's the right time to do that, right? The platform for preference is FTX, guys. FTX, right? Try to use FTX. Don't jump all into trading futures for that matter, but just maybe get your toes a little wet in the market and see for yourself if trading is working out for you or not. But essentially, guys, look, the thing is that we have a massive 20% range, right? And it's going to be a little disappointing if we simply go to the upside and we get rejected after climbing for 20%. We get rejected. If we get rejected once again, it's going to be massively disappointing. But the only people to not get disappointed in this kind of environment is going to be the traders, guys. The traders who are kind of dealing with the ranges, right? And a good looking range is right here in front of us. So if it goes into these levels, it's going to be a clear cut resistance, guys. I mean, honestly, this has to be a good looking resistance now. This is BTC USD on Bitstamp. Let's just put on the volume and let's see if the breakdown volume was good. So look, guys, Bitstamp is not going to give us a lot probably, right? So where's the major chunk of volume? It's on Binance. BTC USDT on Binance, guys, because well, they do have major market control. Not that convincing enough if we talk about the volume right here, but honestly, guys, the thing is, the bigger side of the trend is something different right here. We are not dealing with massive capitulation still. Right, we didn't see capitulation happening in the market, guys. This is happening on relatively low volumes, which is why we can expect ranges, right? This is the only reason why we can expect ranges in the price action, because well, the breakdown volume was not as big as something like this, guys. This was like a clear cut freaking wipeout that simply carried on forward for, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5 6 11 days straight dumping, guys. 11 days of straight dumping, right? What do we have right here? 1 2 3 4 4 days of dumping, which is less than 11 days, to be honest with you. So that is something that happened on crazy amount of volume, and we did break some key levels, had a good looking trade from these price points all the way towards, well, the previous support right here. And essentially, look, guys, we are still making our way to the downside. If you talk about the daily, if you talk about the 12-hour time frame, or the higher time frames are massively bearish, right? All the bigger time frames are massively bearish. So don't get your hopes high in the market trying to long anything from the bottom from these price points to just for any asset to simply rip to the upside from these exact price points. Just don't get your hopes high, guys, because it will take some time, right? The price action on these levels will take some time to, well, resolve itself to the upside or the downside. Don't get stuck in the chop. Try to figure out the ranges. Try to trade the ranges as well, because we got neat looking ranges, guys. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I will catch all of you pretty soon in the next video. Bye for now, guys.